Good morning, children. Today we are going to read a poem. The name of the poem is Daffodils. It is written by William Wordsworth. Before I start the poem, I would like to give you some information about the poet William Wordsworth. He is a famous romantic poet, a poet who has contributed immensely to the history of English literature. Any reading of English literature will be incomplete without reading Wordsworth. So today we are going to read a poem named Daffodils, and you must be knowing what a daffodils is. Daffodil is a flower which is yellow in color. So poet has written a wonderful poem based on that flower which is a yellow colored daffodil. So now I am going to read the poem. I wandered lonely as a cloud that floats on high over vales and hills, when all at once I saw a crowd, a host of golden daffodils, beside the lake, beneath the trees, fluttering and dancing in the breeze. So the poet has started the poem with I wandered lonely as a cloud. The first line itself has used a figure of speech, that is simile. He compares himself with a cloud. The poet was roaming around just like a cloud. As we know, the cloud moves all around the sky without any purpose. Wherever the wind takes it, the cloud goes. Similarly, the poet was also roaming all around without any specific purpose, without any objective of reaching any destination. He was roaming all around, and where he was roaming, just like the clouds, he was roaming all around the lakes and vales. Vales means valleys. He was moving around all around the vales and the hills. When all at once I saw a crowd. Poet was lonely, but suddenly he saw a crowd. All at once means suddenly, all at once. All at once means very suddenly, very quickly. Suddenly the poet saw a crowd. Poet was lonely, and just opposite to the poet's condition, he saw a crowd. Crowd means a large number. What crowd did he see? He saw a large number of daffodils, a host of golden daffodils. Please mark the word golden there. The color of daffodils is yellow, but the poet has used the color as golden, just to enhance the beauty, just to give it more importance to the beauty, to the color, to the wonderful color of the flower. The poet has used the word golden. Beside the lake, beneath the trees, fluttering and dancing in the breeze. So where did he find the daffodils? He found the daffodils beside the lake, beneath the tree, just at the side of the margin of a lake, and under the tree he found a large number of golden colored daffodils. And what the daffodils were doing? They were fluttering and dancing in the breeze. So the daffodils were fluttering. The wind was passing through the daffodils, and they were making a beautiful sound. And along with the sound, the daffodils were dancing merrily alongside the lake. So the first stanza tells you that the poet was moving all around aimlessly, without any purpose. He was all alone by himself, but suddenly, just beside the lake and under the tree, he found a large number of golden colored daffodils. And the daffodils were dancing. They were making a beautiful sound, and they were dancing to the sound along with the breeze. So we come to the second stanza of the poem. Continuous as the stars that shine and twinkle on the Milky Way, they stretched in never-ending line along the margin of a bay. 10,000 saw I at a glance, tossing their heads in sprightly dance. So the previous stanza, we know that the poet was moving aimlessly all around the vales and hills, and suddenly he saw a large number of golden colored daffodils just beside the lake under the tree, and the daffodils were dancing merrily with the breeze. The second stanza again emphasizes the number of the daffodils. The first stanza had used the word crowd, and from crowd we understand that the number of daffodils were quite huge. The number was very large. Again, second stanza, the poet is again emphasizing the large number of daffodils that he saw. He has used the word stars, continuous as the stars that shine. So again in the second stanza he has used another figure of speech, that is simile, and he has compared the daffodils with stars. As we see large number of stars which we can never count, similarly the poet has seen a large number of daffodil flowers which he thought he could not count. And twinkle on the Milky Way, they stretched in never-ending line. They refers to the daffodil flowers. The daffodil flowers, they stretch in never-ending line. The poet says that the daffodil has started at one point. He could see the daffodil line of daffodils starting at one point, but it has no end. It has stretched in a never-ending line, and along the margin of a bay. So just beside the lake, the poet could see, as far as his vision goes, only daffodil flowers were all around. He says, 10,000 saw I at a glance. That means at one look, just for a second when he looked at the daffodils, he thought that he saw 10,000 of daffodil flowers tossing their heads in sprightly dance. Again, the daffodils were dancing, they were tossing their heads, that means they were moving their heads from one side to the other along with the bridge, and they were happily dancing. The second line, second stanza uses the word sprightly, that refers to happiness. That refers to happiness. Children, whenever we are happy, we dance, we sing, we make merry. We never dance when we are sad. So the daffodils were dancing, that indicate that the daffodils were very happy and they were dancing with the breeze.